I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, there is no patience to be found playing small in settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. No, I'm sure in your experiences in school and flying to college and picking a major and deciding what you want to do with life. I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way, I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test with 9 dots, and you had to draw pipelines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big. To dream big. But remember, dreams without goals, just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikes out. People remember the home runs. Paul Powell. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that, because the 1,000th and first was the light bulb. Paul Powell. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure you probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's so important. You will fail at some point in your life, accept it. You will lose, you will embarrass yourself, you will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. And I know that's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony. Hey, I'm telling you, embrace it because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all the time early on in my career. I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought, except for the fact that I can't sing. I didn't get the job.
But here's the thing, I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition. I prayed. And I prayed. But I continued to fail. But it didn't matter because you know what? There is an old saying, you hang around the barber shop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get haircut. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break. Last year, I did a play called Princess on Broadway, but here's the kicker. It was at the Good Theater. It was at the same theater that I failed at the first audition 30 years prior. Point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed, but do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you are not even trying. I'll say again, if you don't fail, you are not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Imagine you are on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential, the ghosts of the ideas you never acted on, the ghosts of the talent you didn't use, and they are standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say we came to you because you could have brought us to light, they said. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to bed around your bed when your time comes? I just got back from South Africa. It's a beautiful country, but there are places there with terrible poverty that need help. In Africa, it's just the tip of the iceberg. The Middle East needs your help. Japan needs your help. Alabama needs your help. Venice needs your help. Louisiana needs your help. Philadelphia needs your help. The world needs it a lot, and we need it from you. We need it from young people. I mean, I'm not speaking for the rest of us up here, but I know I'm getting a little grayer. We need it from you, the young people, because remember this. You got to go out there. You get to give it everything you've got, whether it's your time, your talents, your prayers, or your treasure.
What are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors, some of you are theologians, nurses, sociologists, some of you have money, some of you have passion, some of you have kindness, some of you have love, some of you have the gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, whatever the gift is, what are you going to do with what you have? Now here is my last point about failure. Sometimes it's the best way to figure out where you're going. You live, you'll never be straight path. I began in university as pre-med student. I took a course called Cardiac Morphogenesis. I couldn't read it, I couldn't say it, I sure couldn't pass it. So then I decided to go in pre-law then journalism, and with no academic focus. My grades to off in their own direction. I was a 1.8 GPA, and the university politely suggested that it might be better to take some time off. I was 20 years old. I was at my lowest point. And one day, and I remember the exact day, March 27, 1975, I was helping my mother own a beauty shop. My mother owned a beauty shop, and there was this older woman. I didn't know her personally, but I was looking in the mirror, and every time I looked through the mirror, I could see her behind me. She was staring at me. She just kept looking at me. Every time I looked at her, she kept giving me these strange looks. So she finally said something I will never forget. She said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy. I have a spiritual prophecy." She said, "You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." And in the years that followed, just as that woman prophesied, I have traveled the world, and I have spoken to millions of people through my movie. Millions who up until this day couldn't see me. Up until this day, I couldn't see. While I was talking to them and they couldn't see me. They could only see the movie. They couldn't see the real me. But I see you today. And I'm encouraged by what I see. And I'm strengthened by what I see. Because taking risks is not just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas. The chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have. That's what is going to define you. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you've got. And when you fall throughout life, remember this. Fall forward.